Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again. I'm back for another crafty video. So today we are going to make something like this. Might be slightly different. I'll see how we go. But it's like a gent's wallet. So it's actually based on my wallet, which I won't show you because I've had it a long time and it's all squashed to the shape of my bottom because it gets in my back pocket. So it's like a little wallet. It's got lots of places to tuck things. As you know, gents tend to have like lots of places to tuck things. It's got a little pocket here. So we've got a little clipping from somewhere. We've got some money in here, of course. We've got these old pesetas. We've got all sorts of different bits in here. We've also got a moth because, as we know, anytime a guy opens his wallet, that's what flies out, moths. Anyway, so we're going to make one of these. I'm going to show you how, and it's all made from one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. When I say one piece, I mean that doesn't include all the bits that are tucked in, but the rest of it is just one piece of 12 by 12. So got a piece of 12 by 12. So I pick a piece that doesn't matter whether it's the right orientation or not. You could of course use some collaged paper, or you can you can make some collage paper. You could use any of your old bits of 12 by 12 that you want to use up, but we're going to use this. So without further ado, let's get on with it, Dave. So what you'll need to do is you need to first of all cut it down. So I have my little measurements off screen so that I remember. So we're going to cut it to being so let's get this so you can see. So the length of this is 9 inches, which means that each one of these is 4.5, and they're 3.5 high, which means the full height of it, because it's just a folded piece, means that it's going to be 7. So you've just got to decide your orientation of your paper. So if you've got something that's has an orientation, just take that into account, because the 9 across is this 9. We're going to cut it to 9, and we'll cut it to 7, and 7 is this bit here. So we're just going to do that first of all. So we're going to go 9, and I'm not worried about this, which way around this paper is. So I'm going to go 9, take that off, and then we're going to go to 7. And just take those, and you'll keep up those because you'll come back to those shortly. So this is our orientation. So we're going to fold it in half, and this is going to be the height of it, and then this is going to be the width of it. So we're just going to get a scoreboard. Just bear with me while I get the scoreboard out. There we go. So these are in inches. So these are the measurements are all in inches. So we're going to score at 4.5, or we will. It certainly will if I can find my scoring tool. Don't tell me I've got to use this. Oh, Dave, you idiot. Where have you put that? Yeah, we're going to have to use this. So, not really. It's not very easy for me to hold. That's why we didn't want to use this, but I don't know where I've put my green one. So, we'll have to go without. So, yeah, so we're going to score it at 4.5. So this is with the 9 inches across the top. So 4.5, we're going to go here. So that's 4.5. I'm just going to score there. And then we're going to score it at 3.5 the other way. So this is with the 7 across, and we're going to go 3.5. Not 3.5? Yeah, it is. And that's it. So take your scoreboard away. Guess what I've just found? The other one. So anyway, so now what we're going to do is going to fold it up in half first, and we're just going to put that score line in. In fact, this is the time when I need this one, my Teflon one, and then we're going to just fold it the other way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold this up, and then we're going to fold it in half. Now, if you just did it like this, you'll see that it kind of buckles on itself. So what we need to do is we need to take a small amount off this crease here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it back out again. We're going to fold it in half the other way, and then we're going to turn it round, and we're going to just cut out a small amount here. Now you can use a pair of scissors, or you can use a blade. Entirely up to you how you want to do it. I prefer to use a blade to get a straighter line with a blade. You're just got to remember where your middle bit is. So we're just going to cut. You see how I've got, it's basically a 1/16 of an inch that you're going to cut off. I'm going to cut from there down. Make sure that cuts through. Yep, and we'll just snip that bit out. Let's just make sure that that's snipped off completely. Just a tiny bit there. There we go. Cool. So now you can see it'll lie flat now. Now you don't want to glue any of this down just yet. What you first want to do is you're going to just decide what you want to do. Now on this one I cut it slightly shorter here. If you want to leave it the full height, then leave it the full height. But again, I'm going to cut this slightly shorter. So I'm just going to fold it over. So we're kind of folding it again to being this orientation. So this is this way. And we're just going to cut just a small amount off so that you can see that there is a pocket there. Now it's about 2/8 of an inch that we're cutting off, and then when we fold this up, you can just see that there is a pocket there when we come to doing that. So let's get rid of these bits for a minute. Move them out of the way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the fold out bit. Before we do anything else to it, we're going to make the fold out bit. So the fold out bit is 3 by 4 3/8. Okay, so we'll take this piece, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to being, so basically the 4 3/8 just makes it just a little bit shorter so that it sits on here. So when you fold it over, it doesn't interfere with your fold. Okay, so let's get this one cut down. And you want 2 pieces of this at this size. Let's just measure it and see what we've got on this one. That's 3. That's absolutely 3. So we'll use this piece. So we're going to do 4 3/8. So that's 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. So it's an 1/8 off being 4 1/4. And then we're going to remember we're doing 2 of these. Okay. And then those are the 2 that are going to go back to back and form a pocket that folds out on this side. Then what we want to do is we want to make the pockets on this side. So we're going to take this bigger piece and we're going to cut it down to being first piece. So this first pocket, let me show you here. This first pocket, this is 1 1/2. The next pocket is 2, and the next pocket is 2 1/2. So we're going to go 1 1/2. We're going to go 2, and then we're going to go 2 1/2. Okay, and then what these are going to do is, sorry, we want to cut them down to the right width, which is going to be 4 3/8, isn't it? Not 4 3/8, 4 1/4. I'll just stack them all together. Do that right round, Dave. And we're going to do 4 1/4 there. I'm just going to cut that down now. We can see if that will fit, which it does, and what you'll find is it fits so that it just sits inside this, which means then you know that it's not going to get in the way of the mechanism folding over. Okay, the mechanism, the fold. So we're going to have these stacked on top of each other as pockets. Yeah, so we're going to glue them all together. We're going to have this as a fold out, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And then we've got one piece of decent sized card left, and we're going to turn that to being 2.5 by 4 1/4 again. So we're going to go 4 1/4. Should we cut that bit off? Or yeah, no, let's do that. 4 1/4 by 2.5. And that's going to be that little pocket there. Of course, you could make more, put more pockets in it, but I wanted you to be able to use, that's what you've got left of your 12 by 12 cardstock. So this little pile up here is basically what you've got left after you've made this wallet. So it's a great way to use up those 12 by 12s that you don't like. Obviously I'm not doing that because these are nice Tim Holtz papers, and why the heck would I be trying to use those up? So first of all, before we do anything else, what we want to do is we want to make our little indentations in here. So because I have a bit of OCD, I won't say it's like terribly troublesome, I'm just going to mark the middle of there. So well, roughly the middle. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle, but so we know it's 4.5 wide, so we know that half of 4.5 is 2 1/4. Well, if you didn't know, you do know now. Okay, so chances of me ever seeing that dot again, minimal. Again, we're going to want to make sure that we're kind of on the same line, so it's a similar sort of depth. Again, just push that into the B in the middle of that. So, and then we're going to go 2 and, what did we just say? 2 1/4 depth. Memory of a goldfish. So there. Okay, so I just want my whole round thing, my rounder thing. Rounders, rounder. No, not rounders. Not playing rounders. Don't know. Does anybody else know what rounders is? Is it just a UK thing? Rounders? It's a game. So, just going to snip that bit out. Do the same on this one. In a little, and so that basically that pencil square, I'm trying to get in the middle of, you see these two lines here, I'm trying to get it in the middle of there to make it kind of the middle. And just catching that pencil line, and you'll see there's left a little bit of pencil line there and a little bit of pencil line there, but that's fine because we can rub it out with a razor. Well, I can rub it out with a rubber, but that means something else in America, so we call these rubbers, but I know that they're erasers in the rest of the world. So again, we don't want to stick these down. Okay, because what we want to do is we want to make this one. So this one where you've got two at the same size, this is going to be our fold out. So this time round, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a window in this one. So I'm going to choose the one that I want to sit on the outside. Because this is double-sided card, of course, I could have it the other way round so that I've got these facing out, both sides like that. Or I could have it so that it's like this, and then when you flip it open it's the same, or you could have it this way and it looks the same this way, and then you flip it out and it's this way. The world is your whelk. So I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to have the window. How am I going to have the window now? That's the thing. What shall I do? Shall I have the window on the outside or the window on the inside? Let's have the window on the inside. Right, so that means that's the outer one. This is the inner one. So we want to put a window in this. So I'm hoping that, I don't know whether this is going to happen. Will this go through my little, no it won't. I was thinking it might go through my sidekick, but it won't. So we'll just get my other one out. And we'll get the plates for it. There's a few things stood precariously next to me, so if you hear a crash, that's what it is. or one of the crashes. It will be that. That little crash wasn't that. Okay, so we're just going to open this out. And we're going to cut it into this one. Doesn't matter which way around I cut it, so I'm going to cut it just so I'm going to get it in the middle this way, but I'm going to have it a bit lower because I want to cut out a thumb notch on this one, so I don't want it to be in the middle, otherwise it'll interfere with the thumb notch. So I'm going to put it about there. Hopefully this tape is not going to stick too much. I'm just going to stick it to my clothes a bit first. Take the sticky off it. And we're going to pop that on there. I'm going to pop that on there. And then we're going to stick that down. Let's do that first. Right, where do we want it? I'm eyeballing this. I'm going to have that about there, I think. Is that about right? Sorry, I'll look at it this way round now. It might need to go a little bit that way, but not up. Is that right? No, it's a little bit too far that way now. Oh dear, this is horrible. There you go. We'll do that, and we'll like it. Whatever happens, we'll learn to love it. There we go. Cut that bit out. Fold that up. Put that away. Take this off. Right, okay, so put those down there. Let's see if we can take this off without it tearing the paper. Although I shouldn't worry too much because that's the inside, isn't it? So okay, let's just keep our paper count going so we can see how much paper we didn't use from a 12 by 12. Okay, so now we've got this little window that's going to be on the inside when we flip it open, and I think we'll have it that way round. Do I want it that way round, or do I want it that way round? Do you know something? I think I want it that way round now because you can see through the window. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. And I've got this piece of glassine, which is a glassine envelope, and I'm just going to use this. In fact, I'm just going to snip the end off. And this is going to be my window for this. So this is a stamp envelope. And we're going to make this into our window. Yeah, so between those lines that will fit nicely. So obviously you use whatever you've got to hand. Don't go out and buy anything special. Like you can use basically anything. You don't even have to put a window in. So like my original one, my little prototype, didn't have a window. So there's no reason why you have to. So we're going to put this on here and stick it down, but we are going to make it a little bit more in keeping, so a little darker. Or maybe we're not, we're just going to lose it. So it's not too clean looking. And we'll put it that way around as well. We're just going to glue it down. So actually I won't use that. I shall use my white glue, which is here, tied it away. How dare I? I'm going to put a line around the window. You can do yours with a straight line. I just can't. I can't remember which side I inked now on that side. I'll smoosh it away from the window so it doesn't smoosh through it, and then pick it up at the edges and just go around here, just so that it's glued down and nothing kind of will catch on it when you're putting something in the wallet. Now we'll show you what to do to kind of just eliminate that, because remember this is on the inside. Just to kind of avoid any kind of snagging on that, I'm just going to put some sellotape on it. This invisible tape is fantastic until you try and find the end of it. And then, well, and then you're on your own. I'm not even going to begin to tell you how long that took, because it was too long. So I'm just going to put some of this either side of the window. Actually, might need to cut it down a bit. Just catching that edge and pressing it down. And that way it's not going to interfere with anything you put into the pocket itself. And I'm going to learn from this. And I'm going to fold the end of my tape over so I find it again. There we go. Again, I need to cut that down. Just put that on that top edge. There we go. So that's going to be our pocket. Okay, so before we glue this together now, okay, what we need to do is, so we're going to glue it together, but then we would have it, you'd have to have a very visible join on the mechanism, the hinge. Okay, so as you can see, you can't see the join on mine, and that's because the join's on the inside. So what I did was I took some of this paper, which is the gummed strip paper that I've got. So, I've just got some gummed paper. Now you could just use some brown paper with some glue on it, or you could use some more of your vellum, or you could use some sticky tape. Whatever you want to use it. So, or whatever you've got to hand, more to the point, use it. So what we want to do is we want to have a piece. Let's just cut the end straight, because you know I can't live with that. Like that. So we want to make sure that we have it so that it's just a little short of being the full height of your paper, your card. Yep, and then we're just going to cut that in half. Okay, so now, because I didn't want a gummy, let's get here. So this, I didn't want this to be gummy in case it got moistened and then caused problems sticking. So what I did was, rather than just not moistening the middle bit, I just took a piece of offcut and I just glued it down the middle of the paper. So when I say glued, I just licked it, because it's already gummed paper. So I just licked it, stuck it in the middle, and then fold it over in half. Just snip off those edges, bits of the overhang. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue it, moisten this so that it's glued, and then put a line of glue just on this bit where it isn't sticky, and we're going to stick it like that. And then we're going to stick it to the inside one, so that, sorry, the one that's going to sit on the inside, which is this one. I'm going to stick it round like that. But if you can see, I want it so it's just a little off the bottom, so that it doesn't, if it drops a little bit, it doesn't hang out. So we're gonna, you want to kind of have it somewhere in the middle like that. But before we do it, what we have to do is we have to put our little notch in, and I'm just going to eyeball this, because this won't be dead in the middle, because if you think it's centered over to one side more than the other. So we just want to take advantage of that little notch, and we are going to take advantage of that little pencil mark. I'm just going to snip that out like that. So then when that sits there, it should kind of line up with that, which it sort of does. So it might not be perfect, which which it isn't, but who cares? Who cares? So this one is going to go here. This one is going to go here. So if you see what, can you see? I don't know whether I'm making this confusing. So if you sit them with the inside facing out and this flap unfolded, you're going to sit them like that, and then this is going to wrap around those two edges there, and then when you encase the back of this on top of it, you won't see where the hinge is, and when you glue this down you won't see the hinge either. So let's do that. So first of all, I'm going to lick that. Sorry, that's why I stopped talking, because I was licking. Strangely, I cannot lick and talk at the same time. I know, it's mad. I'm going to stick that round there, butting it right up to that fold, butting the edge right up to that fold. Oh, Dave, don't drop it. Okay, I'm just going to snip in here. And we're just going to press that down to make sure we get a nice bond on that bit there, which we have. And then we're going to put this piece on, and this is going to sit like this. And we're going to glue this one down as well. Again, lick it to moisten it. Tiny bit of glue along that edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it where I want it to be, which is there. And then I'm going to fold this around. Okay, now we can turn that into a pocket by putting a line of glue on 3 sides of this. So which way up do we want it? Let's go with it that way up. So just on the 3 sides, so it's a pocket, otherwise it's just an enclosed thing if you put like on all 4 sides, which, trust me, I have done. I'm sure you can very easily believe me that I've done that. You know I like to keep all my mistakes in videos, so I'm sure you've watched me do it. So there we go. So we've got this little now pocket here with your glassine bit here. Let's just put that in there so that you can see. Got our glassine bit there. Then we're going to get to our other pieces. So remember we've got this one that's going to sit on here. I'm not taking the thumb notch out of it, but if you want to, you could. Do I want to have it that way around? No, but what I am going to do is I'm going to ink the edges. So before I put anything now, stick that down, I'm just going to ink through these edges. Now I started using this again simply because I glued the other one, and well, maybe I should test that in this video, shouldn't I? Test it and see whether it's working. I've ordered myself some new ink pads as well for some of the colours that I use a lot. But also I'm still going to use those other colours that I've got, the artistry ink ones. I guess we could have done round the window, but I didn't think about it until just now. So just do a gently thing like that. So what we want to do is we're going to stick that down. That's going to be there. Let's bring that ink down a little bit more. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick this on first. So you have to just decide, do you want to have that thumb notch in it? I don't on this one. But I will ink it. In fact, I won't use that because that is dry as an old bone. Is that the new one? Yeah. Okay, we'll use this one. And again, you could put in more pockets, but again, I just wanted you to be able to do it with the 12 by 12 cardstock that we've got without eating into another piece, because if you're trying to use up your cardstock, then that's great. But if you're just precious about your Tim Holt stuff and you don't want to use a lot of it, then this is the ideal little make for you. I'll stick that down. Okay, and then we're going to stick these other bits down. So remember, these stack on top of each other, so we're just going to have a little, I'm just going to define that edge so that you can see where that edge is. And do the same on this one. They're just going to stack on top of each other like this now. So maybe put a bit of that on the very edge. Okay, so they obviously go in size height up, and you're just going to put glue down two edges. No, 3 edges, Dave. And layer that up, and then again on this next piece, make sure you've got it the same orientation, otherwise you'll have one pocket up the wrong way. Again, easily done and been done. Let's line those bits up, and then just squish it down just to make those bits stick. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in and do the very edges with this, including the bottom edge. I'm going to put that on there. I might just do a little bit of inking around this edge, and just a much darker line around. Again, we'll do that on this one. So you just like a, what's the, not a ventriloquist, what's the other one? Houdini, being able to have your hands all in different places at the same time. So that's it. So we're going to do that. And stick this again, 3 sides. Make sure you got it the right way up. Ooh, 3 sides. Glue it down in the middle of there. Okay, and then that's stuck to me. Now we can glue it down. So you're just going to glue the 2 edges here, just a thin bead of glue either side, and glue that down, and do the same on this one. Just a thin bead of glue all the way, fold it over, stick it down, put that over and stick that down. We can also ink this one around the edge. You could obviously round these off. The only thing I would say is if you're rounding it, okay, then it's going to just make it a little bit difficult to get that one to sit lower down without seeing the rounded corner through it. So just bear that in mind. I mean, you do what you want to do. It's your bit of project, your artwork, so absolutely do you. I'm just going to do that down the fold as well, along this edge. Move that out of the way so it's not in my way. Okay, so there we go. So that's what we've got. That's the shape we've got. I'm just going to have a sip of tea. When I say a sip of tea, I'm just going to knock it back because it's cold. So I didn't realise it had been there that long. I'm just going to open this. I should have done this before, but I didn't. Again, on this this edge. So just to let you know, there's a video obviously today, which is Monday for you guys, but I'm filming it Sunday, and there'll be a video on Wednesday, but there won't be one on Friday. So, and that's just out of mark of respect. I will be attending my mum's funeral, so I don't want to be doing a video on that day. Of course, you could use this bit up. We could maybe put that in there. Should we cut that down on that line like it's meant to be? Feels like that piece is meant to be. We'll put a thumb notch in this one though. We'll put that in the middle of there. Put that there. Which bit is that? That's that bit. Just might as well use up all the bits that we've got. Yeah, so there won't be a video on Friday, so I hope you understand, and you understand the reasons why. But I will be, myself, Brian and Vic will be down in Coventry attending my mum's funeral, so there won't be any video on that day. So if you're looking for one, apologies in advance. Don't forget to enter the 2000 subscriber draw though. Thank you to everybody else that's recently subscribed, whether that be as a result of the 2000 subscriber draw or just because you found something you liked. But yeah, if you are here and you've recently subscribed, find the 2000 subscriber video, and you know, you can also enter. Could we use that anywhere else? Am I just being silly trying to put more pockets on things? We could put that on there, couldn't we? Let's do that. And then we've used up almost all of it. Again, we'll just put a thumb tab in the middle. Oh, and we'll just throw that over there. But I will be back obviously for the following week. Following week obviously is the, I believe it's the week before Easter. So it is. It's the week leading up to Easter. So, oh, don't drop that, Dave. Pop that there. So you can make whatever pockets you like. You can make this in a different way. You could have it flip up or flip down, or flip in the, or have it in the middle so it flips open. I literally just based it on my wallet. And should we put that on there? Oh, let's just do it, Dave. You've got it, you might as well. We can do whatever we like, can't we? It's ours. So I'm just gonna give that a bit of a smoosh of colour as well, and then we'll just do two sides of that, just so we've got this pocket. And then that's a really good use of a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. We made a really nice piece that would fit in nicely in a journal that's just a bit exciting. And you know, if it was a travel journal, it'd be a great way to, and this is basically what we've got left, and I think it'd be silly for me to try and make pockets out of those bits. So what we'll do is we'll try and fill it with a few things now. Let's get some bits of ephemera that I've got here. So we could have a pharmacy ticket. We don't mind that it's ripped because it's been stuck in a wallet a long time. Maybe just, I don't know, fold it like that. I've got tucked in there. If you've looked in any man's wallet, it's running the gauntlet of what you might find in there. We'll obviously have a bus ticket or a travel ticket, more to the point. I literally have receipts that, I mean, I've got a receipt from my car being fixed back in 2018, so in my wallet. So there's things are just, I don't know, just things I can't part with. I'll have a couple of cloak tickets, maybe cloakroom tickets, or these. We also know that, well, we mainly know these in the UK as raffle tickets. That in there. In fact, that's too perfect. Let's just curl that edge. Too perfect for me, sorry. I like it when it looks a bit more authentic, so we'll just roll that edge between our fingers. Stick that in there. What else have we got? Oh, we've got some tickets here. Ooh, bright pink tickets. Let's just tear that off. Let's just dull it down a bit. Put that in there. What else? What else do we have? Oh, we've obviously got money. Let's put some money in it. These pesos that I bought. So we'll put that in there. Maybe put a couple in that pocket. Come on. There we go. Like that. Need something else in the back of there, don't we? What else have we got? What else do we have here? Let's use a piece of this. Oh, not a piece of that. A piece of that. Pieces of 8. Don't need to do it properly because you're not going to see it. Let's stick that in there. There's so many pockets in here. Obviously, you're not going to get a huge amount of things in here. And don't let that be an excuse for your husband to say that. Well, you see, even Dave said, I don't get a huge amount in there, so I don't have any money to spend on you. That's not the case. Let's take that out. Maybe tear that off. Let's just tear it on a piece of... no, on a ruler is what I meant. Should we do it like that, or should we leave it like that? No, we'll fold it over, otherwise it's not going to fit. Or should we just tear it off? Should we just tear it off, Dave? There we go. I'll go in there. Then we can have something in here. So, well, let's put something in there. Put that in. Let's give it an ink over. Put that in there. Another one of them in there, I think. They're not very well printed, aren't they? Got another pocket here. Let's put the rest of this in. Not very well. Can't even tell the difference on this. VG. Anybody from the UK remember a VG? It used to be like a corner shop. Let's tear that bit off at the top, actually. So you can see that sticking out. Used to be, like, I think they're all kind of called Londis now, but yeah, it used to be like the local shop that you'd nip out to. You needed stuff urgently because you'd run out. Stick that in there. What else should we have? Might as well use the rest of these up. And we could do with something nice in there and something in there. Maybe we'll have one of these. Stick that in there. That's fine, we'll have that like that, and then we'll have one of these. in here. Stick that in there. There we go. Like I say, just a little wallet. Oh, we put more pockets on, didn't we? We don't have anything for the back. Should we raid this one? What have I got that I can use? There we go. Stick that in there. There we go. So it's a nice little wallet, folds out, lots of pockets, lots of little tuck places, easy to make, and all from one piece of cardstock. So of course you could make it more pretty, you could beautify it, you could stick a nice, not putrefy it, obviously don't putrefy it, you could beautify it by sticking something like a nice butterfly or something to the front. Could I do that for you now? I'll come back to you in a second. So I think we might put these on here. So just a couple of things grabbed to hand. I know this is going to be a bit big, but we can always chop it down. Pop that on there. Just ink around the edge of this, so you can't see the white shiny paper so much. I'll pop that on like that. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Want it like that. Do you want it that way round? We'll do it that way round. Yeah, so let's stick that down. Go a bit higher than that, like that. Cool. And then stick this one down. Right, get those antennae. Stick that on there like that. And then we're just going to snip the bottom bit off. Don't cut the bottom of the pocket off down, just cut the bottom of the mushroom off. There we go, cool. And there we go. So nice little wallet, dead simple to make, really effective, and yet only uses one sheet of 12 by 12. So perfect. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, of course, give this a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, because, you know, if you haven't subscribed, then you're going to miss out on all of the other stuff, all the other good stuff that's coming up. And if you have subscribed already and you want to go and enter the prize draw, I'll try and remember to link it in the description below. So prize draw closes not this weekend coming, but the weekend after, and the draw will be done, and somebody will be getting, I'll show you what you're getting in case there are people out there that don't know. And if you don't know, where have you been? You'll be getting you'll be getting this with all the slides in. So lots of nice slides that are made. So this is a slide box that I made, and you'll be able to get this, and you can make some more of your own to go in there. So that's what you'll be getting. It will have a maker's label on it, but that'll be yours to keep. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Bye. Lots of hugs. Bye. Jazz hands. Lots of jazz hands. Da da da. Okay, shut up, Dave. Go. Bye.